Okay, this is a brief swim guide to Dreamlakes 3. We're starting on peg 9. This week I've not had many fish from it. I only had the one, which was from over in the margins around here. There's a few been boshing out in this corner, but just behind me another one's just boshed out. In that corner all week. It's been so annoying. You can fucking hear him boshing out. Just see the ripples. Anyway, getting distracted. The bailiffs, I don't know whether you can see it, but over to like the tree line here, the bailiffs put like white markers on trees and bushes. That's just a kind of an indicator as to kind of, or the kind of marker really as to where you can cast, where there's a hot spot. It's our last day today. Just in the process of packing up. Still got all these boilies that I haven't used because the fish haven't really been feeding. This is swim 10. Normally if you were going to come into swim 10, then no one would go into swim 9, which is the one that I'm in. So theoretically you've got all the margin there, all this water, and a bit over here as well. That's swim 10. All packed up, Dan.
For a long journey home.
This is swim 11. Have you just threw all your gear under the thing now?
What's that?
Have you just threw all your gear under the
Lodge?
yeah.
Yeah, I will later. It's supposed to rain then. So I've got to pack my tent up so I don't get wet.
Just doing a quick video of each swim. Oh yeah.
Your rod's up.
Yeah, I'll leave my receiver here. This is Lake 5. Alright, Mick. Good, I'm just doing a quick video. This is 13, isn't it? Sure it is. Yeah, this is 13, I'm sure it is. No, sorry, the one that we just been to was 12, this is 13. Wilco over, no, not Wilco, sorry, Wardy on peg 2. He's been doing well. Casting out over to those margins. Stevie in number 3, he's also had a good week. Alright. This is peg 14. Mick was fishing this peg the majority of the week, but he didn't have anything, so he moved up to peg 12 and he managed to get I think it was a £38 for common he got, so the move paid off for him. And then I caught in my peg on the first day after a couple of hours, low 20, and then had nothing for about 4 days.
Alright, Neil's brother!
Moved into swim 15. Didn't have anything the first 24 hours. And then directly casting towards that tree, just to the left of swim 1, 12.5 wraps, I had a £41 common. Gorgeous looking fish it was, on a white pop-up stiff hinge rig. And I almost lost it because just down here there's a big weed bed in it. Snagged me up in that twice. So watch that. And this is a swim that's been doing the damage. Carpe Ash. Down in swim 16.
You're doing a tour, are you?
Just doing a tour. Lake free.
Show him the swim. Show him the point it's done the damage.
Yeah, let's have a look. See if I
Can you zoom in?
don't think you can zoom in now. It's hard to tell. Around here there's a kind of a fallen tree that's kind of in the water. Ash has been kind of getting in that tiny little bay where that tree is. It's been pulling them out. He's had no 40s yet though, eh?
That's up. 40 to 40. I got one on that spot, Neil.
Did you?
I've still got that one on the spot.
Yeah. Ash is in the same spot as where I caught that 41 from. Stupidly, I decided to move back up into my original swim 9, and I've not caught since. Yeah, this is a swim that's been producing fish all week.
Thinking of having a little move.
I don't know. Maybe. There's been a few showing up the
Oh, you bought a hoodie?
far end, yeah. It's good, isn't it?
How much was that?
35.
It's not too bad, is it? Dreamlakes hoodie. Are they all like that style?
Yeah, and then there's like a kind of that black one that he's got.
Who?
You know,
Oh, yeah.
Ral,
Yeah,
the kind of jumper one. Right, I'm gonna crack on.
Right, mate.
Yeah, I'll be able to show you where the tree is. You can just about see it. So if anyone's thinking about coming in to swim 16, this fallen tree that's sticking out there, that's definitely somewhere to cast a rod to. Ash put two on there, right close together, and I was with him when he had a double take. Definitely a hot spot. That's where you want to be casting to. Look at that, proper carpy. Snag City. That's why he's been catching. And then Wardy, who's on peg 2, he's been doing some damage too on this margin. Where's he spotting to? We'll go around and have a quick chat, see where he's been pulling the fish from. It's been quite a tough week really, because they've not really been on the munch, so the kind of tactic has been fishing for a bite, and when they have been feeding, just a couple of handfuls of chopped up boilies, and the bailiffs have let us use corn this week to try and get them feeding a bit of particles, which has worked. But yeah, definitely little and not often has been key. Throwing in loads of bait just just hasn't worked. The lads before us put a lot of bait in, and they only had 9 fish between 8 of them all week. I think we've had, I don't know what we've had. We've had 20 plus fish surely. I'll ask Steve when we walk round. This is swim 2.
What?
Just doing a video.
Oh.
Swim 2's also seeing a lot of fish this week. Normally the rule is if you go in swim 2, then no one goes in swim 1, which is just over there. So you've got a lot of water to go at here. Got margins, the middle, plenty of choice. Where have you been catching your fish from, Wardy?
All around near that dead tree, in line with that. In line with the big tree. And in line with that one there. One like that.
So that one, he said, out in line of that one and that one. All on stiff hinge?
All on stiff hinge.
All on stiff hinge. This is peg free. Alright, Stevie. Nah, Dan's watching him. How many fish have we all pulled out?
I'm not sure in total yet, mate. I've got them all written down, but close to 20.
Stevie was in swim 8, but he moved down to swim 3, and he's been pulling them out as well. He had 2 40s in one day from this swim. Just straight out.
Where the fucking magic happens.
And this is 4. This is swim 5. Wardy's been fishing 5. Wilco even. Whereabouts have you been fishing to?
Only 12 wraps out. Left, middle and right, really. Couple of rod lengths apart.
I thought we were gonna have a few more fish last night. More than we did.
Very quiet, isn't it?
There's been a few showing down my end, but
Not on the feed yet either.
no.
Couple more weeks and a bit warmer. We've done a lot better, I reckon. But can't complain.
No.
No fishing.
What swims this one? 6. Now the fish have been showing a lot more in the middle towards the end of our week here. When we first came, it was like corners, and then they weren't really anywhere else. And then after a couple of days, they seemed to move from down this end, and they're all up that part of the lake. And then towards the end, they've started to come back out again. But if you're coming on here after we go, then definitely swims 2 and 16 is where I'd start if I had to choose again. Although swim 16 hasn't seen a 40 yet. It's been 20s and 30s. Unlucky Ash. Way! This is swim 7. So this is where Wilco originally was before moving down into 5. I think he had a couple of fish from here. I think he landed one, lost one. I think it was. But I think he struggled to find kind of gravel or silt here. I think he said it was mainly all weed out in front of him. No, I thought this little bay would be good, but no, there's been nothing there. So sometimes of the year that might produce, but it didn't do anything on our trip. Last but not least, swim 8. This was Stevie's swim, who then moved down to swim 3. Dealt some damage there, moved back for the night. Basically got a triple take, lost 2 of them, then moved back down to 3. Had a couple more, and it's been quiet ever since. But as I was saying before about those bailiff markers, there's one in that kind of bay area there, and then just where the reeds are. I'm currently casting out to kind of these areas from where I am now, because there's some showing fish down here this morning. So while Stevie wasn't fishing it, I took advantage and cast over. This is swim 8. And that is it. I walk back round, and it's quite good if you fish the margin spots, as you can walk round and you can throw some bait in, which I'll show you now. I purposely missed off swim 1, because if you want to fish that area anyway, then you just go to swim 2, as you've got a lot more water to go at, and no one's allowed to fish 1 anyway. So if you want to go down that end of the lake, then you may as well just go in peg 2. Just down there, just down that track, you've got the main eating place where you go for tea and breakfast. You get a shuttle bus down there, which picks you up from the clubhouse over on our side of the lake. Oh dear me, tired. Yeah, so one of the advantages is if you come this side, then you can use this area to go in and throw bait, which is definitely what I've been doing and what Stevie's been doing. There's the white marker. So this is obviously a point to cast to, a point of reference. So somewhere between either peg 1s or peg 1 or 2, there will be a spot. Most likely a kind of gravel spot maybe, or a silt spot, because it is quite weedy over this area. What I've noticed is it's quite shallow, and then it literally, boom, it drops. Fucking hell, tired. Tired because I was up all night watching a fucking Bosch. No fucker would take my hook bait though. Again, marker on the tree, this is a point of interest and you should cast to it. Again, you come round, throw in your bait, sit and wait for a carp. There's been 7 of us on the lake, plenty of room to fish. I think we're already planning on coming back next year. None of us have blanked. We had some very nice fish out. Fortunately no one's had a 50, but we have had a few 40s out. My PB was only £18 before I came to France, and then catching a 41 pounder. I've not stopped smiling since. Epic. I've seen a couple of fish whilst I've been here, boshing out in this kind of little bay. Definitely worth keeping an eye on. From what I found, it was quite weedy around that bay. So just bear that in mind. Oh yeah, this is another point. I only found this towards the end of the week. This is another hot spot. Now, unlike the others, this doesn't have any kind of white plastic bag. It was only by chance when I shone my torch that you'll find a reflector strip on one of these kind of trees or bushes. So the next day when I got up and it was light, there's actually a kind of gravel spot. If you're casting out from peg 9, the one I'm in now, it's about 9 to 9.5 wraps. You'll find gravel. It's only a small patch, surrounded by weed. So that's worth a shot. And that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is Lake Free. We fished the second week of it opening, so 1st of April till, I don't know what day it's today, 8th I think it is today. I found out the information about how many we caught, weights, etc. Hopefully they're the pegs that they were caught from, and I'll put it in the description. But here we are, back in swim 9, and that was a tour. So if you're coming out, hopefully you can use this video as a point of reference. Check out the swims before you come. But yeah, I'd like to say the margins are a good place to start, especially if you come with a group of people and you've booked out the lake. Then at least if you take the margins and it doesn't pay off, then at least you can move around the air lake. But definitely corner swims seem to produce more fish. So yeah, hope this guide was helpful. Tight lines, wet nets.